What's up, guys? Welcome to another M-rated episode here with Mark and Manny. It is December, baby. It is Christmas month.
Okay.
Are you excited for Christmas?
I'm a.
What was that? Wrapping up your presents. I think that's one of the most exciting things. Everybody gets pumped up when they start saying, "Oh, Christmas! Oh, I want to wrap presents." Oh, the wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to Dollar Tree, 99-cent store,
That's true.
Walmart. They have the most amazing wrapping paper.
My girl asked me the other day. She was like, "Do you know how to rap?" I was like, "Not on a beat." So,
Dude, wrapping up presents is probably one of the most fun activities that you could do during Christmas holidays.
okay. I don't know how to rap again.
No, there's YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you should learn. It's so fun because you gotta. It all depends on the size of what you're wrapping. You gotta cut the paper right. You gotta tape it right. You gotta do everything precisely right in order for the wrapping to be correct.
But
It's a little challenging if you're starting like how you are.
Yeah.
But I've been wrapping probably Christmas presents for the past 2 years. I got pretty good.
You got pretty good?
Yeah, I got pretty good, dude.
Okay.
I should start charging people to wrap presents.
start a service.
Start a
Start a
service.
service. Real
Yeah.
quick.
Right. So yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing of rapping is to give it to someone else, like give someone a gift.
yeah.
So you're breaking the law, son.
Oh, we're always breaking the law.
these
Though. We're breaking the law right now.
There's COVID restrictions. You're not. Christmas is pretty much canceled. One thing I did like about Christmas is going to the mall and then you have the Christmas lights, or going anywhere and you have the Christmas lights.
Yeah, mall. So.
And you have those lights at night. Everything looks nice and festive and shit. That was dope.
That was that's called the spirit.
There you go.
That's
okay.
the spirit of
Okay.
Christmas. Every time you would go to the mall, there'll be a Santa that you'll meet and greet.
Long
and
ass line.
You'll make a long ass line. But the whole process of the whole meet and greet Santa in a mall, I mean, it puts you another level of that Christmas spirit.
Yeah,
It
that
just
whole
make you happy, right?
It's a whole mood. It's
Even visiting theme parks during Christmas
Yeah.
time was even on another level because you're like, yo, it's not only Christmas, but I'm in a theme park and they have the whole setup. They have lights. Disneyland is probably one of the most amazing places to visit during Christmas because the setup are, top notch.
Well, for almost any theme park, the holidays, starting from Halloween, because a lot of these places have those Halloween fests, Halloween, scare, whatever the fuck they're doing. But now they can't do that. They can't do the Christmas thing. They can't do the New Year's thing. How much money do you think they're losing? Right?
Oh, let me see. A lot of money. A lot of money.
But then does that mean people have more money for gifts? Because they're not spending the money on the tickets and all the expensive shit at Disneyland?
But they're losing their money by not going to their job.
Oh,
So
yeah.
by them not going to their daily job, they're losing money that way. So what would make you think that they're gonna go and spend it on, going shopping to downtown Disney? Unless you're making money other ways, then yeah, you're right. And that's a topic that I think we should touch.
Oh, that dirty money? Yeah.
That dirty money, dirty clean money. It's not dirty, but it's people should just realize that there are different ways to make money nowadays. Investing your money and just getting a part-time job, or just doing different side jobs for you to just get more income rather than just your 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
But that's just, of course, another episode that we'll probably be covering.
That's got to be a whole one because, I know you're specifically referring to the stock market.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I would.
Referring to that. And lately, I've been getting very intrigued by the possibilities and just the sheer amount of options that you have.
Yeah, options.
Literally options.
Literally options. You have the
Literally.
option, the options. Yeah.
There's so much in it that you can't cramp it into just a small little conversation or
Yeah. So we're gonna do another episode. We are not financial advisors or none of that.
No.
We are just some regular guys.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about just how we make money on the side other than our regular job. And if you guys want to take some tips from there, you guys want to learn a little bit more, you could just hit us up.
Yeah, we're just sharing on what's worked with us
What
and
we're
what
doing.
we've tried, what we're experiencing
Correct.
with, what we're Cause how long have you been doing that?
I think about a year now.
About a
Yeah,
year.
about a
You
year
see what I
now.
mean?
It's
There's
been a
people.
big difference. It's from 1 year to the previous years. It's just like, yo, there's a way to make money.
Yo, okay,
There's
okay. Because
more.
you have this knowledge now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have this.
Mm.
It's knowledge and skill.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
so it's a skill that you start to develop, and you put it to work. And if it makes you money, then you're gonna be like, yo, this is a good skill to have.
yeah.
And then you get so much more into it because you start seeing the progress. You start seeing how it starts to pay off.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like anything else. You know, you just have to put 100% commitment to it, learn,
Yeah.
make mistakes, fail, and then learn again.
What I forgot where I saw it or where I even heard it, but recently saw something about that. The brain is a muscle, and like any other muscle, you have to work it out for it to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it could die if you don't fucking use it. You start
Definitely.
getting dumber and dumber and dumber.
Yeah, it is.
So the stock market is definitely a fucking, because you're never gonna get to the point where like, oh yeah, I know everything.
No, fuck no. If you do, you're an idiot.
You're never gonna get to that point.
You're never.
At that point, there's something else to learn. You know,
There's
that
always
next
gonna be
level.
somebody better than you and smarter than you.
Yeah.
So just learn that from yourself. You know.
Even the professionals right now are learning the new way of doing it,
Correct.
because the new way of doing it is like all online now.
For
right?
example, Michael Jordan. There's a better version of Michael Jordan now. It's
Oh.
called LeBron James. know?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's always room for improvement. If
Yeah.
you feel and you think that you are better than anybody else, or you think that you know everything, then you're a complete idiot, and you should change that state of mind.
Yeah.
Because literally, there's no way you can know everything.
That's true. So explaining what stocks are and like getting into the gritty details of it is gonna be a whole episode in itself.
Correct. Yeah.
But like just in general, for people that already might know what the stock market and for people that might already be in it, there was some movement today.
Yeah, literally, there was 2 major IPOs today.
Those are big.
DoorDash, which I'm sure a lot of people that are watching, or people in general,
You probably
use.
just ordered, huh?
Wait, I think we have an order.
What are we
coming
eating
in.
for?
Yeah, DoorDash IPO today. I think it IPO'd at around 170, 180 range.
Did it open in that, or did it go up to that?
I think it previously IPO'd around $100.
Okay, yeah.
But since there was so much hype to it, they
Yeah.
boosted it up. It did take more than the usual time of the IPO. It was supposed to IPO around 8:30 here
Yeah.
PM. What did IPO, like almost 10:30,
Almost,
11? So it did take a little while for us to get our shares in. If
Yeah.
anybody got shares, man, you gotta.
Yo,
I don't know if you
like
you got
fair
ripped off.
warning though, like fair, because
Yeah.
it's pretty hyped up.
Pretty
This might be the most volatile stock right now.
Yeah, I never seen a IPO in the time that I've been trading.
Yeah,
I never seen it other than Snowflake. Snowflake a couple of months ago did IPO at a high price, but it paid off because now I think it's over like 25% of what it IPO'd. So it paid off. So maybe DoorDash might do the same thing, but it's still pretty pricey. And other than that, the one prior to DoorDash, C3 AI,
Ooh, that
an
one was
AI
interesting.
stock, that one was interesting because they
That
did that
one's interesting.
IPO'd at around $100,
$100.
and now it's sitting around in the 90 range. So it's pretty accurate. It's pretty affordable if you're looking to invest into an AI stock. But we'll see. You know, it's just it's first day. We'll see how the rest of the week and the next week how it performs.
Yeah.
But yeah, other
Yes,
than that,
but like again, fair warning, like these shit IPOs are never guaranteed. Like it's not gonna be. You never know. But like that's the same with every other stock. Just that since it's new, it's a little bit more volatile. Just a little bit more.
yeah. And just one little thing: if you don't own Uber or you don't trade Uber, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't have DoorDash. Literally,
Oh,
because Uber it doesn't only provide food service, but it also provides rides like a taxi. Something DoorDash doesn't do. DoorDash is just food delivery, right? And Uber is just like if you don't want to order any food, you just need a ride from here to just the next city downtown or something. You're able to get it.
Yeah.
DoorDash doesn't provide that. So I mean, yeah, if you don't own Uber, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't get your hands into DoorDash.
That's true. But the C3 AI, that one was that one was
Yeah,
really
it's
interesting.
interesting. And then tomorrow, December 10th. It's a good one. Airbnb.
Oh,
And
Airbnb.
everybody has done Airbnb.
Yeah.
You've traveled.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotten somewhere to just take a little.
It's
vacation.
synonymous now with traveling. If you're gonna travel, are you staying at a hotel or are you gonna Airbnb it?
And the new generation, even old folks, they're using Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's not only cheaper, but let's say you book an Airbnb, it's gonna be cheaper. The place is gonna be way much better than an hotel. The restrictions are way less than an hotel.
Oh, dude. By
And
a
that's
lot.
what people want.
By a
People
lot.
don't want to be restricted from a vacation. Be like, yo, you know what? There's restrictions here in the hotel. I can't bring this many people. I can't party this much.
Oh.
And in Airbnb, yo, you're literally in a house or
Yeah.
in a place where you're just able
By
to do whatever
yourself
the
a
fuck you
lot of
want.
the times. You got the whole property for yourself.
Property
It's a lot better because you go somewhere and you feel at home. You're at home. Not like in a hotel. You go somewhere and you're at a hotel. Like there's a difference. But there's those people that like to go to hotels and stay at hotels. And I know yesterday they were making a move yesterday. A lot of hotel stocks were going up, but then I don't know what happened and they went back down.
Yeah.
So it's
Even casinos out in Las Vegas, I mean, they're losing a lot of business because people are booking Airbnb properties instead of their actual like
Yeah.
MGM or Treasure Island or even the Caesar Casino. Like, yo, I'd rather give that up and not be in the strip and pay way less in an Airbnb and just travel a couple of miles down to the strip. I'd rather do that. Save
maybe
money.
a couple miles. Maybe,
maybe,
you could be like literally just off of the strip or something.
That's true. That's true. Maybe it's just a little bit of a walking distance, if you can say.
Or Uber it.
Or Uber it. There you go. You see Uber. There you
Or
go.
Uber it.
Uber.
But that's when I think that's when I realized that I'm an adult. That's when I made the transition to
When what?
become an adult. When I was like, I'm not gonna waste the money that I have on the new Jordans or the new car or the new this or the new that.
New shirts.
I'm gonna let me invest it real quick.
That part. Yeah.
You know, I like Apple. I like the Apple phones. Let me buy some Apple stock.
Yeah. Instead of buying their actual products, why don't you just buy their stocks, trade their stocks if you don't want to actually own Apple stock? You can just trade, That's just a different way of a different strategy of what the market brings, option trading.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And that's the beauty, the nice part of it, that you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be into statistics and numbers and like the trends and this. You might just really like a product and like, yo, let me try to own a little bit part of this company and shit.
Yeah, but it's pretty basic when it comes down to the market. I mean, all the math or all the things that you learned throughout elementary or middle school, you might have just, put that together and you're able to work in the stock market,
Yeah. And we were just talking about that earlier, how like
they never taught us
they
anything.
never taught us none of this.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but like at least where we went to school, there was no class about this, about investment, even savings. Like taxes. Did we learn about taxes?
Maybe in economy class, but
maybe the history of taxes or something.
Yeah, but everything I think that I've learned financially has been online, doing my own research.
Yeah.
So everybody that's watching this, just do your own research. Don't take any advice from us.
Yeah,
but,
we're just bullshitting.
Yeah, but you could make money.
Yeah, but you could.
But yeah, anyways, let's start with the topic. The topic is relationships. Relationships. And this is a topic that I think I've been wanting to touch because not only is it the month of getting with around your family members or getting with your friends, but it's a very, very, very empty month. And the thing I mean about empty is just that we have so much going on. That I personally, and I know a lot of people have felt empty this month. because we've lost that little Christmas spirit. Even though, yeah, you're setting up here, you're setting up in your house, you're helping somebody else help set up on their house, their Christmas lights, their tree, and everything. But there's something that feels empty.
Mm.
I don't know if you felt that. You know,
Yeah.
you're very limited to going and hanging out with your friends and your family members because it's the corona hitting and all that. But the first little topic that I wanted to talk about relationship is like, what kind of relationship do you have with you?
The most important,
One of the most
the
important
most important
relationships
type of relationship.
is, are you taking care of yourself like if you were somebody you care for?
Yeah.
Are you putting in the same effort as you would if, let's say, your dog is sick? If your dog or your cat is sick, I'm 100% sure you'll give them the medicine that is required,
Dude, the other.
right?
So I have a puppy.
Because,
You
yeah,
see
you
my
do.
puppy, right?
And I'm sure you'll take care of
Dude,
them.
I love her. It's a pug, Leia. She's crazy, so I won't even bring it in here.
Yeah.
But maybe about a month or two ago, she ate like some nug or something that I was on, or roach that I had probably dropped on the floor. So unfortunately, she got really high. She got really high,
I've been there.
and it was the first time she's been that high. Probably the first time she's ever been high. So she was freaking out. I stayed up all night by the side of my bed petting her so she could relax, so she could like be calm and like go to sleep
Oh,
and shit.
shit.
And as soon as I would hear her like move or something, I would get up and like pet her again. So it's just so she will feel that comfort and that safe zone of like just relax. Like, yeah, you're high, but you're gonna get over it. Just like chill out. So yeah, you're right. If a pet is sick, you're gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So it's like, are you taking care of yourself the same way you would take care if you were taking care of your pet or somebody in your family that's sick?
Mm.
You know, we tend to forget about ourselves in today's lifestyle. We're always worrying about being approved, or is somebody gonna like what I like? You're so aware of other surroundings other than yourself. So, I mean, taking care of yourself is just like, are you actually sitting down in your couch or wherever you are, and you're actually saying, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna do something I want,
Mm.
instead of trying to provide somebody trying to satisfy somebody else's needs.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, tomorrow, let's say you're in a relationship, um, and your girlfriend or your boyfriend, they want to do something, but you don't really want to do it.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, you do have to sacrifice in order for you to, be committed to the relationship and be like, yo, I really don't want to do it, but shit, if it makes her or him happy, then yeah, I'll do it, you know. But if it continuously be repetitive, and you feel yourself unhappy, then it's like, yo, maybe there's supposed to be a little stop there and be like, yo, you know what do I really want to do? Do I really want to do what this other person that wants to do? Or maybe should I just do whatever the fuck I want to do and let the other person know? Kind of communication,
Yeah, and then that's like communication with yourself.
communication with yourself. Yeah.
And then that's what I wanted to ask. Like, how do you think you get a healthy relationship with yourself? Because you could also have a toxic relationship with yourself.
Oh yeah.
You can have that toxic relationship, but how do you think is the best way to have a healthy relationship, like with yourself?
Oh, it's taking care of yourself from as soon as you wake up to when you go to sleep.
Mm.
If you are sleeping only about 4 to 5 hours, then how do you think you're gonna wake up?
Tired as
Shitty,
fuck, groggy.
tired, shitty. You're gonna be dragging yourself
Yeah.
everywhere. So it all starts on taking care of yourself mentally. If you're eating shitty food, how do you think you're gonna feel? I've eaten shitty food, like say at McDonald's. How do you feel after?
I mean,
Fucking drained,
yeah, you do.
sleepy, tired.
Yeah.
You're just like, yo, I'm full. Like, I just want to just relax.
That I just
Yeah. So if you're eating something that's a little bit healthy to your stomach and it gives you a little boost of energy, how do you think you're gonna feel?
you feel good. You feel
Right.
ready to go.
You say you eat a salad
Feel ready
for
to
just
go.
a snack. You're gonna be like, yo, this is it's filled me up,
Yeah.
but it didn't fill me up to a point where I'm just like, yo, I want to sit on my couch or I'll just lay on my bed. It
But
gives you
see
a little
that
boost.
that's what I mean, because that's where the toxic relationship comes, because that means you're looking for that instant gratification. You know, and that's what sweet foods do. That's what salty foods do. That's what greasy foods do. You eat something and you're eating it and you're like, oh, this tastes, that
It
tastes
does.
fucking
Yeah, it
bomb.
does.
This tastes so good. But then you finish and you're like, damn,
You feel kind of
I shouldn't have
you
ate
regret
that.
it in a way, right?
Yeah. And then on the other side of it, when you're eating healthy foods, a lot of times, like, let's be honest, it's not that healthy. It's compared to like a greasy food. A salad is not the same as a like 4x4 but fucking in and out. You
A
know?
4x4?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the moment that you're eating it, it's completely different. It's the after effect of each one that, like, how would you, like, that's, I guess, one of the hardest things that probably a lot of people have issues with. How do you program yourself to wait and be patient for that long term rather than that fall that tastes bomb right now?
Well, it has to be with committing to how you want to perform each and every day, and whatever you eat is literally how you're gonna perform each and every day.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're eating something heavy, you're gonna feel heavy all day.
Mm-hmm.
But you're eating, snacks here and there. Let's say you eat 8 or 7 snacks a day, but they're small portions of snacks, but they're healthy snacks.
Okay.
How do you think you're gonna perform?
Yeah,
In a way better state, because you're not only feeding your body, but you're feeding the right things to your body.
that's true.
And those portions, they're fueling you. They're you're adding stuff to your body that's gonna be like, yo, I'm you're upgrading your body each and every time you take this portion,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not gonna perform how you perform at 8 in the morning. As soon as you wake up, just from a couple of hours, you're gonna perform at your best, and then by the midday, you're gonna start draining, and then by the end of the day, you're gonna be like, yo, I'm getting already tired.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you're able to feed yourself the right things throughout the day, you're gonna be feeding 100% most of the time, all day, every day.
That's true.
Drink a lot of water too.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
H2O. Yeah, water is probably one of the water. We got water.
Hydration nation right here.
Not only do we have Jose Cuervo, but yeah, we do have.
By the way, Jose just got here from Mexico.
But yeah, taking care of yourself is one of the most important things in order for you to have a good relationship with just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't take care of yourself, then yeah, you can't really take care of anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, you have to learn to be okay with yourself. You have to learn to love yourself before you were able to learn to love someone else.
Correct.
Because if you don't love yourself, you're looking for that other person to fill in certain voids in your life.
Yeah.
And that's not a healthy relationship. Because if you love yourself 10%, if your relationship with you is like 10% love, then that means someone could come in with like 20% love and you're like, oh, fuck, this person's amazing. But they're like, it's not really. Because like you don't have a relationship with yourself, a good relationship with yourself to begin with, to be able to expand that into like a family and having a relationship with someone else.
Yeah.
So having a relationship with yourself is and it all starts where we've talked about it before in a previous podcast, where you have to have that initial talk with yourself.
Yeah.
You have to have that conversation with yourself. You have to be able to be like, so why are you feeling that way? Why did that happen? Why did you do that? And then go to the root cause of whatever it is. Then, because a lot of people honestly feel like shit. For a while, I had a bad relationship with myself because I would feel like shit all the time. And then I realized it's because I like staying and laying around more than going out to run and work out. Mm-hmm. But I hated that.
Because it's so easy to do.
Because it's so easy to do. And the other one is so hard to do.
Yeah.
So easy things to do are like how some people love, easy.
Yeah, I mean, it is so easy to just sit down and do nothing. Why? Because it's easy. But it takes more effort and more dedication for you to get up, set up a schedule, and work at that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Say you want to go ahead and exercise. Oh, I want to exercise for 2 hours. You're going to be like, yo, why can't I just, sit down for 2 hours?
2 hours, watch TV.
Because it's easier, right?
It's way easier. But the after is like, okay, let's say I did lay around for 2 hours, 3 hours and did nothing. Later on that day, I would feel like shit because it's like, damn, wow, like the whole day was wasted. I didn't really do anything. But if I went and did that hard thing, later on, I was able to sit down and be like, "Oh, this feels extra better," and I got
or
a whole
or
day
you
of
find
stuff.
yourself doing more productive things right after you
Yeah.
did that
Uh huh.
little productive activity that you set yourself to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you find yourself like, yo, what the fuck? I was supposed to be in the couch watching this Netflix show
Yeah.
around 6 o'clock, and I'm over here just, doing some errands or, doing some other activity.
And this is probably the perfect time because a lot of relationships are being tested right now.
Oh, yeah.
This whole COVID, this whole quarantine thing, it forced a lot of people to be together for an extended period of time without being able to talk or see anybody else. So a lot of relationships right now are being tested, and if you don't, if it's not a relationship with someone else, it could be the relationship with yourself. Like you're saying, that relationship is being tested. Can you take care of yourself? Being alone by yourself?
How can you perform with being with you all day, every day in your house? Looking at yourself in the mirror, you already know that schedule it has changed totally, and then you're at home. How are you performing at home?
And a lot of people, they the way they vent is by fucking up other people's life, like
Yeah.
other people's day. Like that's, oh man, like I hate myself, so let me make someone else hate their day.
Yeah.
So now they have no one else to to fuck up their
Yeah.
day. So all that is just being bottled in and being concentrated.
So when you talk about venting, and fucking up somebody else's, what do you mean by that?
I just feel like sometimes like there's people out there that hate the way, like when they wake up, they're like, fuck,
They hate
another
waking
day.
up.
You know, like damn, I gotta go to work, and they're in such a bad mood that releasing that anger, as in like fuck man, fuck you, or like some like man, you're not even all that, or some type of like negative. They release it, and that's contagious.
Like in a work environment where they're always complaining about
That
every
yes,
little thing.
yes,
Just even clocking
perfect
in, it's like,
example.
yo, I gotta clock in at this time. Like, are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah, and they bring that energy into the workplace,
you know?
and then as soon as they clock in and they start, doing their work duties, they're dragging themselves to do it. And I've been there. I'm gonna lie, I've been there. I've been there
Well, I
to a
mean, we all
point.
have bad days.
We all have bad days where you're just like, yo,
You know?
do I really want to go to work, or do I really want to just lay around all day, every day? But yeah, I mean, you do have a point there where people tend to want to ruin people's days just by even having a little comment. Just be
Yeah.
like, yo, like the energy, just you performing, or the way that you bring up yourself, or the way you clock in, is just that. How are you gonna perform?
And
You
I mean, what is that saying? Misery likes company.
Mm-hmm.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Like that's proven time and time again.
Yeah.
Like it's more popular to be negative, you know,
Yeah.
than to be positive and shit. Usually, when someone has the idea of someone being extremely positive, or like it's, well, at least in my head, they're like by themselves. They're on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like someone being negative, someone talking shit, someone always, you know, hating something, they're around a group of people all the time.
Yeah.
And the group of people is hating on something because they're all looking for something to belong to.
Correct.
They're looking for something to belong to, and they know like, oh you hate that too, like son,
Yeah.
I
To
do.
report that, start creating a little cult at work, and be like, yo, I'm just hating. I'm in a hating cult. I hate everything about this place.
The
Yeah,
haters.
the haters, they call themselves. But yeah, dude. Other than that, like just having a that kind of negativity in your life, it sucks. Because you take it everywhere with you. Take it everywhere with you, even though when you're around your family, like sometimes you just don't want to be around them. Sometimes you just want to be alone.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we talk about sacrifices. Like sometimes you just gotta sacrifice and be there, perform at a different type of level, or put up a face where you just like, you know what, I should be here, but then I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So it's just sucking it up as well.
And so there's different types of relationships. We already talked about the relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
You have the relationship with someone else.
Your relationship with somebody else, and it's just like your relationship with with your family.
Your relationship with your family.
I think a lot of us, in our cultures, were raised to be family oriented. I think throughout the years, a lot of culture has been lost. I think we've seen that throughout social media, where people are not being that family oriented anymore. They're being, what do you want to call it, free, doing their own things, forgetting about their family, um, putting their family even at risk at some points by their actions.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that have put their family at
that's true.
the fingertips of their life because of what they're doing. I know a couple of people that are been doing a lot of drugs. That affects a lot of family.
Yeah,
It goes back to you. How are you taking care of yourself? They're selling drugs. That takes a lot of guts to do, but you are also putting your whole family on risk.
yeah,
And some of those actions, they have consequences, and those consequences, well, yeah, they're bad. Sooner or later they're gonna catch up to you.
hmm,
Sooner or later, every action that you take upon anything is gonna catch up to you, which is good or bad. If you do something good, it's gonna catch up to you. If you do
yeah,
something bad, obviously it's gonna catch up to you. So some of the actions that we take affects our family. It's just like, how are you, what kind of relationship do you have with your mother? What kind of relationship you have with your father, with your brothers and your sisters? Most of us want to have that healthy relationship with them, but are we actually doing anything to have that type of relationship with them, or are we just expecting it to be like that
yeah.
because we're just part of the family?
And that's where a lot of issues come from. That you just expect when you have certain expectations. Almost no one's gonna live up to your expectations.
Not at all. Expectations are kind of cancerous.
Yeah,
They torment you. They put you down most of the time because you're expecting something that can never ever happen. It's better to just to act up on it instead of just sitting down and expecting it.
well, Elon Musk said on the Joe Rogan show, "Happiness equals reality minus expectations."
Yeah, definitely. And talking about Elon Musk, he's moving to Texas too. So I know, right? Everybody's moving out of California.
My only concern is that
If you're a Tesla boy, you might want to follow Elon Musk.
my only concern is that him leaving California is gonna have the same effect as Ford leaving Detroit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's not only just moving his company, he said he's moving out of it.
Because of all California has pretty much been one of the states
Dude,
that a lot of people are just being so
ridiculous.
negative about.
It's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, we're still here in California because we love California.
Well, we also have no choice.
Yeah, So, but yeah,
it's crazy.
going back to that, yeah, yeah, the relationship with your
Those expectations, because the same expectations you have for someone else, they might have for you, and you might not be living up to theirs, and they're not living up to yours.
Yeah.
So there's always sacrifice, there's always hard work that comes along with any type of relationship.
Correct.
Any type, like earlier you say, like, okay, so what if you're in a relationship with someone else and they want to do something but you don't want to do it? Like, you come at the crossroads, and there's two options to that. You either you're willing to make that sacrifice to see them happy, or you're like, nah, what I want matters more, and I'm not gonna put up with that.
Put your ego in front of
Yeah, pretty much.
at first,
Pretty much, and your ego is a dangerous relationship to have too.
It is. It's such a good thing to have an ego, but if you don't know how to control your ego, yeah, it'll take you down the wrong path.
Yeah.
Because
So that could be a better way to put it. The I think at the top of the heap is like the relationship with your ego.
yeah, literally you, right?
Yeah,
Ego is you.
It's you. So the relationship with your ego, the relationship you have with your family, and then I think probably the third one would be, and it might be a little controversial. A lot of people might have different thoughts of it, but your relationship with God.
Oh man, that's probably the number one. I want to put that as a number one.
You know?
You know?
Because it doesn't
Relationship with
necessarily
God.
have to be the Christian deity of God,
The religious
Or-
view of what God is.
or like a cross or up somewhere. It could be your version of God.
Exactly.
Every day that I wake up, I go outside, and when I feel the sun on my skin, that's God. That's my relationship with Him. Making that connection at that moment. And I think a lot of people struggle with that one, especially like non-believers. Like, how do you have that relationship if you're an atheist?
that's what I'm saying. A lot of when you're atheist, I think you don't have really much control of who you are or your emotions. So everything becomes so skeptical to you.
Yeah,
Everything becomes so negative to you.
that's true.
Everything becomes so controversial to you.
That's true.
And that's okay, but when you're not able to control it, that's when it becomes very, very hectic in your life because you're always wanting to just find an excuse to anything. And it follows you. It follows you no matter how you want to put it. It
Yeah,
does follow you, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, a relationship with God, whatever version of God that you have out
Mm-hmm.
there, is not going to be the same God that I believe or that Manny believes. If you have your own idea or your own belief and your own faith about God, make sure you follow it.
Yeah,
If it fits you and your lifestyle in the best way possible, and it makes you happy, it makes you full of love, it makes you be positive, you know, progressive, productive, then that's your God.
because regardless what the religion might be, it all boils down to like be good to yourself, be good to your neighbor, do good things, don't lie, don't fucking kill.
Yeah.
Like they all stem from like the same core principles, and then you start branching out into like how you practice it, what the prophets were, what
That's why you have yin and yang. You
yeah,
have the good and the
you
bad.
have the good and the
You
bad.
know, it's like, let's say in the Christian religion, you have Christ, which Christ means the best version of you, the
Mm,
best possibility that you could perform.
mm,
Satan is the
the
worst
dark.
thing that you could do,
Mm,
the worst possible being that you could be. So it's literally it's a balance.
yeah,
You know, yeah, you're gonna be bad sometimes, but I mean, do you really want to continue to be bad,
yeah,
or do you want to follow the good and positive path and be like, yo, you know what, I could prevail the evil and rise up to be the best I can be.
yeah,
You know, so it's just if that's a version of God for you, then yeah, go right ahead. If it's
yeah.
gonna work out for you, then damn, that's even better.
And I just thought of it. It doesn't even really need to be like a god. It could be just like meditating or like
Meditating or an energy or just even have some type of, you know, whatever image you want to have, honestly, you know,
because if
literally.
you like even if because
See, that's
it's
faith.
impossible to think that there isn't someone that created all these rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's rules to this shit. Like there's rules to everything,
Yeah.
and those rules are a lot of times even scientifically proven as formulas. Whether it be gravity, whether it be oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be the atmosphere, or whatever the fuck might be. There's rules to this shit.
There's rules to everything,
There's
literally.
there's
Yeah.
rules to everything. So if you think these rules are just a product of chaos,
Or made up. Yeah,
it's
that's
just
insane. It doesn't make any sense. I
it's
mean,
like saying an iPhone just appeared. Like
yeah, yeah, literally.
like it just like fell out of the sky.
There's no way that could happen, right?
And even if it did, someone dropped it from the
Somebody-
sky.
What were the laws? What were the rules for the iPhone to drop that way?
So you have to have some type of connection to those laws because those laws also govern the way you live your life.
Like you said, a lot of people lose themselves with wanting to see this being of God.
Mm.
You're not gonna see it,
Most
but
likely not
let me
gonna
tell
see it.
you, you will feel it as soon as you start accepting it, or uh, or just believe in your own self, believe in your own faith. You know, all that, you know, contributes for you to believe in a God. You know, people sometimes see themselves like, yo, I'm my own God. I make my own rules. Well, shit, they better be the best rules for you.
But even
You
then,
know?
you're admitting that a God creates the rules.
Correct.
so,
Yeah.
so if there's rules to everything else, that means someone had to have created them.
Somebody has, yeah, somebody
You know?
somebody made those rules for me to adapt them in my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a creation before your own, you know, creation, your own thought.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
for
but-
all we know, we might be gods. We might be gods in the view, in the sense
yeah,
of the word.
in you know in the Christian Bible it says we were created in His image.
And is it? You know?
So if you want to take a good read on it, it's, you know, Book of Genesis. If we were created in His own image, then we are gods. We're godlike.
Yeah.
You know, demigods, whatever you want to call us, but we are part of a godly image. So if you want to portray yourself as God, then shit, you better follow them damn rules and, you know,
Yeah.
perform at your best.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah,
That's true.
whatever creation story that you have, whatever belief story that you want to put yourself into. I mean, as long as it's positive and
As long as you have a healthy relationship with it. And that's the whole point of this video, like relationships. As long as you have a healthy relationship, because I mean, toxic relationships, they do happen.
they're all around us.
You know, they're codependent. Um,
Yeah, if you're codependent, you're just a big baby, literally.
okay.
If you're depending on somebody to do your fucking responsibilities, then yeah, you're a big damn baby.
Mm.
If you can't do them yourself, and you're expecting your mom or your fucking wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend to do them, yeah,
And that's
grow up
because you had an initial toxic relationship,
within yourself.
you know?
Yeah.
So you could have there's all kinds of different types of relationships.
Yeah, there
All
is.
kinds.
There is, but I think pointing out the most important ones, which is yourself, relationship with God, and relationships with others. I mean, yeah, I think those are the most major ones that a lot of us in our everyday struggle with, because everybody out there has a relationship right now. You know, maybe not
In
with
some
somebody
way, some
else,
type, some form.
but for sure you have a relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us tend to fill that void with just going on these social media platforms and posting up things in order for us to get kind of verified. But like, yo, this person actually liked my post. Like, I'm doing something good. Should I be doing more of that? Or should I move on to something else? It's just like, stuff like that. And that's okay. But when it starts to become a priority, then yeah, you have a problem there.
Yeah.
Because if you can't even verify yourself, then why are people verifying you? Something that they don't even know. You're just posting shit up.
Yeah.
You know?
And then at that point, you have a healthy relationship,
With
toxic
yourself.
relationship with that social media platform.
Social media, it's been, I mean, damn, social media hasn't been around. I think Instagram hasn't been around since like 2007. If I can remember, 2007 or some of those early 2000 years. And now it's become such a big problem in relationships. I know a lot of relationships that have been broken up, marriages that have been broken up because of Instagram, Facebook, of course. It's just so easy to just get in contact with somebody nowadays.
Yeah.
If you're attracted to somebody that you see online, you're able to just, direct message. I mean, the word direct
Yeah.
message means you're getting in their DMs
No, it's just
in a couple of seconds.
In the past, like if you wanted to talk to a girl, you would have to find muster the courage to go talk to her, maybe slip her a note, and then maybe she would read it. But now there's like a phone, like a direct message, dog.
Direct message. Like, you're just able to know how you feel about this girl just because of a picture that she posted with a filter.
Yeah.
What if you don't like her the way she looks naturally without makeup, or a guy that is flexing on his Instagram account because he works out or something like that?
Or
like,
he was leaning on his neighbor's Ferrari.
Exactly.
He thought it was his.
Or he's pulling up a fucking stack of the
red money.
Yeah,
He's
the red
looking at the
money.
red money.
We as human beings right now, we're so attracted by what people are doing online. Some of it it's healthy, but a lot of it is very unhealthy, because you see a lot of celebrities that are posting pictures or videos about themselves doing something that some of us wish we could do.
Yeah.
But literally, what are you doing for you to get to that level?
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's what I wanted to mention. Like, even the sheer idea, the sheer thought of a relationship is changing. Because when you get in a relationship with someone else, you're not getting in the same way. You didn't meet at a bar. You didn't meet at school. You didn't. A lot of times you're meeting now online.
yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the new way to meet people nowadays. It's called networking, right?
Yeah.
It's called social networking
Yeah.
for a reason. You're meeting these people online, and then you're meeting them in person, and then whatever happens.
And it could be as simple as like, oh, she didn't reply in time, so now on to the next.
Yeah, on to the next one. Correct. You have so many options.
On to the next.
You have so many options now. Not like before. You said. I mean, before you would, if you liked this girl, you would have to put up with everything. In general, you have to see how you talk to her, how you approach her.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I'm pretty sure we all have that older relationship in somewhere in your family where like they don't really want to be together, but they're just together for the kids or something. Like, you could tell they're not really together, but they have to put up with that because they didn't have the options that we have now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It becomes toxic because now they're starting to see that there's different people.
Right.
I met a
But
lot of
so
people.
my question is it that bad of a thing? Because we've seen that staple of that image of that bad relationship just pretty much hanging together for no reason for their kids or whatever it is, and that's a toxic relationship.
It is.
But
Yeah.
now you have the options to get out of it and find someone else if you want to find someone else. Before you were stuck almost in a way, you know what I mean? So is it that bad that we have the options now? Or should there be a way to like limit it or something?
Well,
Because
just like anything, there's always a good and a bad for it.
yeah, that's
But
true.
if
That's
you're
true.
constantly just in a relationship, let's say you're recently in a relationship and you're 3 to 4 or 5 years in a relationship or you're married, and then you go on looking for another guy or another gal
That's true.
online, dude, you have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, you are married, you are in a relationship. What the fuck are you doing online trying to find somebody else? And a lot of us, we browse through our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, and sometimes we find very appealing pictures, especially if it comes down to like a female or a male, and we like it. Maybe your significant other will be like, "Yo, what are you doing liking
you
this
like
girl or this guy's picture?
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem?" That becomes a total fucking chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. You know, I've been through it personally, where you just like, yo, you like a picture of somebody, and you're like, yo, it becomes a problem. You're
Or
like,
why are you following this person?
why are you following this person,
You know?
or why are you on their feed or whatever? You know, why are you hanging out with them while without telling me? You know, it becomes very toxic when it comes down to that. But that's the bad part about it. You have to control the way you use social media with your own personal life. And we go back to, how are you, taking care of yourselves, because that is a big part of our everyday life now.
That's true.
It is. Everything has to do with our phones now. Even fucking trading, dude. We trade, through our phones or through our laptops,
It's getting harder and harder. Like, even now, if you, like, okay, yeah, maybe someone might have a flip phone, but it's like, why?
Yeah, why? I mean, yeah.
Because there's so much that you could just do on your phone. You could just pull up like I was telling you earlier about Samsung Decks. That now your phone could literally turn into a computer.
It's a computer, yeah.
Literally turn into a fucking full-fledged computer. And you won't even fucking notice the difference.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. No, my dumbass, I probably wouldn't.
So when Elon Musk finally comes up with that singularity, that chip that he wants to put on your head, you won't have to put. You won't have to. It's gonna eliminate the bandwidth or expand the bandwidth, because now the bandwidth that we have with communicating with devices is you.
Yeah.
How fast can you type? How fast can you go open that? But if he's able to eliminate that or expand it, we could just think about it, and you're gonna get the results right away. You're gonna get the results right away, and that's
First thing I want Elon Musk to do is, to downgrade on his price. I want a Tesla. I want to afford a Tesla, please. I want a Tesla.
that's true. That's where I want Tesla too. Elon Musk, hit us up.
I mean, I think at this point I could afford it, but I would rather that money to something else.
Yeah.
Like you say, we're addicted to the stock market right now. So
I mean, same. Like, sometimes I just like, man, I could go get it right now.
I could get it right now, but yeah, I'd rather
I'm
invest
just gonna
it.
wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. But like, I'm just remembering. I think today, China or an Asian country publicly announced that they're gonna back this AI software that's a matchmaking software, but it's matchmaking like using artificial intelligence, because they wanna fine tune their gene pool and like increase the birth rate, but increase it with matches that are gonna be like, I guess you could say like alphas. Like all the newborns are gonna be alphas, instead of like, maybe this one will be good.
Well, that'll probably create a problem. I mean, imagine having too many alphas in a room.
Yeah.
I mean, who
But
the
then
fuck is the alpha?
that's what I mean. Like, that just get like the relationships just
Yeah.
keep changing,
That's-
keep changing,
Yeah.
and it's hard to.
You need to
keep
have
up.
that balance. I mean, not everyone is an alpha, and then sometimes you could even learn from not being an alpha.
Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, there's a need for everything.
Yeah, there's always a balance for everything. Yeah, there's not always something just so highly. That's what I'm saying. We go back to God I mean, there's a balance. Who's the balance of God? Satan.
Yeah,
In the Christian
that's true.
myth, you know, in the Egyptian stories, Osiris was the highest being, and who's the contradiction? Seth. You know, so it goes back to balance. You know,
There was
there's always that one person or that one entity or whatever you want to call it that is gonna make you fucking be like grounded. You're not always gonna be on top. No
yeah,
man, not even God himself was always on top of things. There's always some motherfucker trying to fuck with him.
yeah,
You know. So yeah, don't get full of yourself. Don't fucking idolize yourself because you will get lost.
yeah. So having a relationship with yourself is the most
Most
a
important
healthy
thing.
relationship with yourself is the most important. Have that conversation with yourself. You know,
Even drugs at one point, drugs can be very beneficial if you know how to use
if you
drugs.
know how to use them.
Especially, we did have an episode on psychedelic drugs,
Yeah,
and psychedelic drugs are one of the things that I recommend for you to take in a way where you're going to be responsible about them, or you want to try to find that next level to your conscious.
mm.
You know, they're very non-addictive. Alcohol is a little tricky because it is a little poisonous. It does get you on a state of mind where it gets you a little bit more confident and you're able to
Oh
think
yeah,
a little bit straight at some
yeah.
point. But if you abuse it,
Hmm.
it'll take you down the path that you
Yeah,
don't
like
want to
everything
take.
in moderation.
Yeah,
You know?
literally
Like
anything.
everything in moderation.
Too many shrooms, too many acid, fucking
It will
tabs,
fuck you up.
they will fuck you up.
It could fuck you up.
Same thing with a lot of water. People have died of drinking so much water.
That's true.
I
You
mean,
could
there's
drown.
been
You could drown.
competitions of people drinking. Say how much you drink. There's people that have been that have died from it.
That's true.
So,
Water's dangerous.
it's one of the most healthiest things, but also if you drink too much of it, yeah, you could fucking poison yourself on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this has been a good relationship topic. We've
Yeah.
covered a couple of them so far, and we go back to taking care of yourself, relationship with a significant other, relationship with family, and of course, relationship with God, whatever way you wanna
Whatever
put
your
it.
vision of God is.
Whatever your version of God
And
is.
I mean, let us know out there, what do you guys think the different types of relationships are? What do you guys think are the most important type of relationships? Have you guys struggled with any specific type of relationship? Let us know. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's our Instagram account, of course, a Twitter account, and we are working on probably a TikTok account.
Oh, yeah.
Probably it'll be a little more different. We'll probably be posting
Yeah.
up different pictures on it or videos on it.
So, yeah.
We'll see
Well,
what
we
can
still
do.
got to figure out what type of content to put out there, but
Mhm.
TikTok is coming. We have our Instagram, we have our Twitter, like, subscribe, do all the clickety click clack things that are supposed to be done.
That part. All right, guys. Well, it was good hanging out with you, Manny. It was
Yeah,
a good topic,
nice.
and then we'll wrap it up this way.
All right. Peace out,
Cool.
guys.
Got it.